A massive earthquake has just rocked Afghanistan, shaking the very foundations of the country and leaving devastation in its wake. Entire villages have been reduced to piles of rubble, with homes, schools, and mosques crumbling in seconds. The human cost is staggering. Hundreds are confirmed dead, thousands more are injured, and the numbers are rising by the hour as rescue teams dig through the debris. In a move that's surprising the world, the Taliban, who have long kept Afghanistan isolated, are now openly asking for international help. So what happens now? Let's break it down and look at what's unfolding on the ground. First, here's what we know so far. The earthquake, measuring a staggering insert magnitude, struck the eastern provinces with barely any warning, catching people off guard in the early hours. Whole communities have been wiped out, with some villages almost completely erased from the map. Rescue teams, including local volunteers and emergency workers, are picking through debris, searching desperately for survivors trapped beneath the ruins. The atmosphere is tense and heartbreaking. Families gather near collapsed buildings, hoping for news, while reporters try to capture the scale of the disaster. The numbers keep climbing, hundreds lost, entire neighborhoods flattened, and so many more left homeless overnight, forced to sleep outside in the cold. But here's the twist that's making headlines around the world. The Taliban, usually closed off to outside involvement, is now publicly pleading for international assistance, breaking with their usual stance. That's not something you see every day. Global media outlets are taking notice, and the world is watching closely. Taliban officials are standing at press conferences, openly asking for food, medical supplies, and shelter, admitting they can't handle this crisis alone. The catch? Humanitarian groups and foreign governments want to help, but providing aid without giving legitimacy to the Taliban regime is a delicate balance that's causing debate in capitals worldwide. It's politics meets tragedy, and the stakes couldn't be higher for the Afghan people. As the dust settles, the world starts to respond, but the process is anything but simple. The United Nations and a host of NGOs are mobilizing, and some countries are pledging support, sending in teams and supplies. But it isn't smooth sailing. Tight border controls, damaged roads, and political red tape are slowing everything down, making it hard to get help where it's needed most. Getting trucks and planes loaded with emergency supplies into some of these isolated villages is a logistical nightmare, with rough terrain and destroyed infrastructure making every delivery a challenge. And while leaders debate and aid organizations coordinate, real people are living through hell on the ground, facing unimaginable hardship. I'm talking about families huddled under makeshift tents trying to stay warm and safe as aftershocks continue to rattle the region. Kids are searching for clean water, often walking miles to find even a small supply, as wells and water systems have been destroyed. Survivors are desperately waiting for help, lining up for food, water, and medical care, hoping that aid will reach them before it's too late. The numbers are staggering. Thousands displaced, hospitals overflowing with the injured, and the need for food, water, and shelter is more urgent than ever. These are the stories that matter most, the human toll behind the headlines, the faces of those who have lost everything in an instant. So, what happens next? The world is watching, but the future is uncertain. The journey to recovery will be long and hard, with rebuilding efforts likely to take months, if not years. It's not just about rubble removal. Aid has to reach some of the most remote and devastated places on Earth, fast before disease and hunger set in. And as the world watches, Afghanistan faces one of its deadliest disasters in years, a crisis that will test the limits of international aid and cooperation. The big question now, will help arrive in time to save lives and rebuild shattered communities? Or will Afghanistan be left to face this tragedy alone? If you want to stay up to date on global crises and see how the world responds, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. There's more to this story, and I'll bring you all the updates as they happen. Stay tuned for the latest on Afghanistan's earthquake crisis and the world's response.